Little known secret about the world-famous Statue of Liberty. Maybe this is not a woman. Towering above the waters of New York Harbor, the Statue of Liberty has stood for well over a century as a beacon of hope and the embodiment of freedom. Her torch, held high, has welcomed millions of immigrants to the United States, her resolute gaze offering reassurance and promise to those seeking a new life. Instantly recognizable around the globe, her silhouette is synonymous with the ideals of liberty and democracy. But beneath this familiar veneer lies a lesser-known narrative, a story that challenges our assumptions and invites us to question what we truly know about this world-famous monument. For as surprising as it may sound, the most enduring symbol of female strength and liberty might not be a woman at all. To unravel this mystery, we must journey back to the origins of Lady Liberty, to a time when the statue was only an idea taking shape in the mind of its creator, Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi. Bartholdi, a French sculptor of remarkable ambition and vision, was commissioned in the 19th century to design a monument that would celebrate the enduring friendship between France and the United States. The statue was to commemorate the centennial of American independence, a gift from the people of France to the young nation across the ocean. Bartholdi's artistic inspirations were rooted in his travels and his deep fascination with monumental sculpture. Years before his work on the Statue of Liberty, he had journeyed through Egypt, where he was captivated by the ancient colossi and the grandeur of the pharaoh's statues, many of them male, carved on a scale that defied imagination. These encounters left an indelible mark on Bartholdi's artistic psyche, and some historians have speculated that his vision for liberty was not born solely from the classical female personifications of freedom, but also from these masculine, awe-inspiring monuments. As plans for the statue began to solidify, Bartholdi's attention turned to the figure's face, the very feature that would represent liberty to generations. The prevailing narrative tells us that the Statue of Liberty was modeled after Libertas, the Roman goddess of freedom, whose feminine form had inspired countless artistic renderings over the centuries. Her features are strong, yet serene. Her expression is one of determination and calm assurance. But here, the story takes an unexpected turn. In 2014, a French writer named Nathalie Salmon brought forth a family legend that would cast doubt on everything we thought we knew. According to Salmon, Bartholdi was inspired not by a goddess or by any allegorical figure, but by her ancestor, Sarah Salmon, a Jewish woman with striking features who lived in Paris during the 1870s. The sculptor, so the story goes, was captivated by Sarah's visage and used her as the model for Liberty's face. It is a tale of serendipity and personal connection that adds a deeply human dimension to the statue's creation. Yet, the plot thickens further. Some alternative theories have emerged over the years, suggesting that the statue's features are not those of a woman at all, but rather those of a man, perhaps even Bartholdi himself. Careful observers have noted the statue's square jaw, prominent brow, and overall facial structure, arguing that these are traditionally masculine traits. They speculate that Bartholdi, consciously or unconsciously, may have imposed his own likeness onto Liberty, blending masculine and feminine elements to create something truly unique. Others point to the influence of Bartholdi's own mother, Charlotte. It is well documented that Bartholdi was very close to his mother, and some art historians have argued that her strong personality and distinctive features served as the primary inspiration for the statue's face. If true, this would make Lady Liberty a monument to both maternal love and the powerful spirit of womanhood, yet it would do little to quell the persistent rumors of a masculine muse. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of this mystery is the ambiguity that surrounds it. The truth of Liberty's identity is shrouded in the mists of history, and definitive answers remain elusive. Was she inspired by a goddess, a beloved mother, a Parisian woman, or even by the sculptor himself? Each theory has its proponents, and each adds a layer of complexity to the statue's story. To understand why this question matters, we must consider the symbolic weight carried by the Statue of Liberty. She stands not just as a work of art, but as an icon, a personification of the very idea of freedom. In Western art, the allegorical figure of liberty has almost always been depicted as a woman, drawing on the traditions of ancient Rome and Greece. where virtues and ideals were often represented by female deities. The choice to portray Liberty as a woman was therefore on the surface entirely conventional. Yet, the execution of Bartholdi's statue defies easy categorization. The face, at once gentle and resolute, bears a strength that transcends traditional gender norms. The body, draped in flowing robes, is undeniably feminine in its silhouette, yet the overall bearing of the figure is imposing, commanding respect and awe. In this fusion of qualities, we find the essence of Liberty, not just as a woman, but as a force that transcends gender, encompassing all who strive for freedom. Still, the question lingers. Why do these theories persist? Why do some people continue to speculate that the world's most famous symbol of female empowerment might in fact be a man? Part of the answer lies in the human fascination with secrets and hidden histories. We are drawn to the idea that beneath the surface of even the most familiar objects, there lies a story waiting to be discovered. The Statue of Liberty, with her enigmatic expression and storied past, is the perfect canvas for such speculation. Theories of her true identity invite us to see the monument in a new light, to challenge our assumptions, and to appreciate the depth of her symbolism. Moreover, the blending of masculine and feminine traits in Liberty's design speaks to a larger truth about the nature of freedom itself. Liberty is not the exclusive domain of any one gender, race, or creed. She is a universal ideal, belonging to all who seek a better life. By incorporating both strength and compassion, resolve and grace, the statue embodies the qualities that make freedom possible. In this sense, the debate over Liberty's identity is more than just a historical curiosity. It is a reflection of the evolving ways in which we understand and represent our most cherished values. Over the years, scholars have pored over Bartholdi's sketches, letters, and notes, searching for clues to the statue's true origins. Some have pointed to early drawings that depict Liberty with more masculine features, while others have cited interviews in which Bartholdi spoke of his desire to create a universal symbol, one that would resonate with people of all backgrounds. The lack of definitive evidence has only fueled the debate, ensuring that the mystery endures. Despite the uncertainty, the Statue of Liberty's impact is beyond question. Since her dedication in 1886, she has stood as a steadfast guardian of the New York coast, her torch shining as a beacon for all who approach. Generations of immigrants have passed beneath her gaze, their hearts filled with hope and anticipation. For many, she is the first sight of America, the embodiment of the promise that drew them across oceans and continents. The stories told about her face, whether modeled after a mother, a Parisian woman, or the sculptor himself, are part of a larger tapestry of meaning. Each theory adds depth to the statue's legacy, reminding us that symbols are not static. They evolve over time, shaped by the hopes, dreams, and interpretations of those who behold them. In the end, perhaps the greatest secret of the Statue of Liberty is not whether she is a woman or a man, but the way in which she has come to represent something greater than any individual identity. She is at once a work of art, a political statement, and a vessel for the aspirations of millions. Her power lies not in the specifics of her origin, but in the universality of her message. As the sun sets behind her, casting long shadows across the harbor, the statue stands as a silent witness to the passage of time. Wars have been fought, nations have risen and fallen, and yet liberty endures. Her meaning has shifted with the tides of history, reflecting the changing hopes and fears of the people she watches over. The mystery of her identity serves as a reminder that even the most iconic symbols are shaped by the stories we tell about them. Whether inspired by a goddess, a mother, a woman of Paris, or even by the sculptor himself, the Statue of Liberty remains a testament to the enduring power of art to inspire, to challenge, and to unite. As we gaze upon her face, we are invited to see ourselves reflected in her features. Her expression is at once familiar and enigmatic, a mirror in which each generation can find its own hopes and dreams. The question of whether she is truly a woman, or whether her face carries the imprint of a man, becomes less important than the ideals she represents. Liberty is not confined to a single gender, a single race, or a single narrative. She is the embodiment of the human spirit's longing for freedom, for dignity, and for a better future. In this sense, the ambiguity of her identity is not a weakness, but a strength. It allows her to speak to all people, across all boundaries, as a symbol of what we can achieve when we strive together for a common goal. So the next time you look upon the Statue of Liberty, consider the possibility that her greatest secret is not the gender of her model, but the way in which she defies easy categorization. She is, simultaneously, the daughter of ancient goddesses, the muse of a French sculptor, the mother of exiles, and the guardian of a nation's dreams. Her story is as complex and multifaceted as the history of the people she welcomes to her shores. In the end, perhaps the real secret of the Statue of Liberty is not hidden in the lines of her face or the contours of her robes, but in the hearts of those who look upon her and find inspiration. She is a reminder that freedom is not a static condition, but a living ideal, one that must be renewed and reimagined with each new generation. The world's most famous statue may or may not be a woman, but she is undeniably liberty, a light in the darkness, a symbol of hope, and a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. As you reflect on this little-known secret about the Statue of Liberty, remember that the stories we tell about our symbols matter. They shape the way we understand our past, our present, and our future. And sometimes the greatest secrets are not those hidden in stone or bronze, but those that live in the hearts and minds of the people who keep the flame of liberty burning bright. So whether you see her as a woman, a man, or something beyond the limits of gender, let the Statue of Liberty stand as a reminder that the quest for freedom belongs to us all. Her torch lights the way, not just for those who come to America's shores, but for all who seek a world where liberty and justice are truly for all.